to learn, do a little YouTube view on it.
I think I just did it. Are we live? Can you see us on YouTube? Are we there yet? Haha. Yay. I didn't mess it up.
Oh, nice job. First time without training wheels, huh?
First time without somebody helping me.
You know, like Dad pushing by the seat.
Yeah, I got the eagle kicked me out of the nest, right?
I love that. Well, I mean,
rocks
for
and
me,
sticks.
Dropped in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah. Where am I? Okay, good. I'm right here in my house, at my office, looking at... Uh-oh. Okay. Hang on one... Oh, my God. I don't know if I want to do that.
Oh, breathe, Stone. Breathe. Breathe.
If I just told you, I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me.
Yeah, let's do
let
this.
Me reply
Let's do
to this
this.
message real quick. One of the greatest people on the planet that I actually love just texted me. So he's
Hey, man, that's
great,
good stuff.
great dude, older dude. He used to be a hero of mine when I was a young man, and then I got to share the stage with him for several years.
Oh,
Very,
so cool.
very cool. And he's a mentor too. So
Yep.
And he's hardcore. Like, he would lean over in my ear and say some really crass stuff to me about what I was playing, and then send me a sample of what I should listen to learn that part. I used to love it.
What a learning experience. Gosh.
I love learning. Okay.
Me too, man. That's freaking great. Being able to have those kind of people in your life.
I've lived a good life.
That is really, that's blessed, man. That's very
I've
blessed.
really lived a good life with the music. Okay. Wow, interesting. Let me go to I see almost an H pattern on the SPY right here. So, well, welcome, YouTubers. Hope everybody's out there having a good time. I'm Stone. I'm with my friend Devin and a whole host of other folks right here at Bullish Bears, and we are on the internet. Excuse me. We're going to do some price action trading today. We're going to see if we can find something in this crazy market that we're having right now. I've got some penny stocks up here because we do penny stocks as well as large caps. And I have a Ford over here, which I want to make some money on this morning. Thank you, Ford. And then we have SPY. I like
that nice crinkle right there on the VWAP.
Yeah, I love those things, man. Those things are proving to be like the it.
Pivotal.
The what?
Pivotal.
What'd you call it? With pivotal? Is that what you said?
No, pivotal.
Oh, pivotal. Thank you for my bad ears here in New Orleans.
No.
Pivotal.
Do I need to put this? Sorry for my misenunciation.
No.
Is my mic too far away, or?
No, you sound great to me. You sound like you're right here next to me. You're the voice in my head right now, Devin. You are the voice in my head. All right, folks. The market's going to be open in about 10 minutes. And what I like to do is, and hopefully I can do this in the future for our members, I'd like to start getting in a little earlier and do what we used to do in pre-market, especially for those that like the penny stocks. Now, you know what, Devin? Penny stocks are different. And I've come to that conclusion. They don't move like the large caps at all. Of course, they're faster. But the shapes are different. And in the sense that how they move, we catch everything in the pre-market with these guys for the most part. And occasionally we can find something that gives us a larger time frame validation of what those prices are. But most of the time, I mean, this is 5 days. You can see this guy popped up at the end of the day yesterday. By the way, Devin, I like these that pop up at the end of the day and then pop up again because they give us some character, and they give us some things we can shoot for price-wise. So I like that. And
when you say that, when you say they give it character, I mean, for you able to catch a ride in the pre-market, what does that mean for the market time?
You mean market time as far as
Open market.
when we open the hours at 9:30?
Yes.
Well, it gives us some character because it shows us some areas where it can go to and bounce off of. It gives us look at this VWAP bend.
That VWAP bend right
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do a whole series on this VWAP bend to explain it to everybody. But it basically this is VWAP for after hours. Is basically what that is. I call them bends, but they're probably more technically previous VWAPs. Like this one would be the previous VWAP of this day, yesterday. That would be yesterday's VWAP, because you can have a daily VWAP as well. There's anchor.
Volume weight average price.
Yes, and it is not a moving average. It is different than a moving average. But these are moving averages, but it will move along with them, and we'll use it. Like here we have the VWAP, and here we have the 200, and we have price between the two. That's always interesting because it's almost like a squeeze. And of course, if that 200 crosses these smaller moving averages, well, we know we're going to go down, 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 down. So, but yeah, the character I look for, and for the how it applies to the regular market, is I look for these areas where prices, it's moved up yesterday, got some kind of news somewhere, popped up, came back down to close there, but then moved in the after hours, gave us some price targets, gave us some areas where I like these areas right here. I like where price comes and get that, you get that wick into the previous control bar. That's always nice. I like that a lot. So I want to highlight that because that tells me that's an area where price can respond or react. Might be a place for price to pause. Could be a place for price to bounce. So I like to get these areas marked out pretty good. And I do this in the pre-market. Now I've marked some of these out. I went through a little bit before I got on. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And then I'm looking for, see, we've already got price reacting this. This is a pivot. And I use these indicators, and I'm going to be doing a series on all these indicators here soon. So just give me time as I've developed this program. It's not, I'm in real time just like we are with the stock market. I can't scrub through and put it all together real quick. I got to do it in real time.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing, Stone, is that's what teaches people to do it, because you're charting now.
Yeah,
and,
we're charting.
If I were to chart along with you, I could, if I were to want to.
Right.
Just do exactly what you're just chart. That's what you said.
That's what I
did.
I did. I used to follow. I used to follow the moderators, and I would draw the line when they drew a line. I would find the target, and sometimes I'd have to go back and ask. Sometimes they'd draw the line, and 10 minutes later I'd figure out how to draw the line. But yeah, that's
Precisely.
What you do. Precisely.
And that's what we do here.
And that's what we do. We want to teach people how to fish. Now I'm going to go up here, and this area right here, that's going to be our main resistance. So when I do my main resistance, I used to have Bookmap. And I had it in TOS. Bookmap's it's a nice program. Some people like it a lot more than I do. But as I discovered on Bookmap, it would basically give me a range like I've got here. And it would, and I'd look at it and I'd go, and I could draw it out on the candles. And I'm like, why am I paying for a subscription to something I can draw out myself? So that's why I do this. Draw it out myself.
Do you already have HYRE on your?
I had it in the. I saw it. I don't know that I like it a lot, but I will go look at it again. I do have it.
I don't know. I was just bringing it up.
Yeah.
It looked interesting.
Well, let's go look at it real quick. We got a couple minutes before the open goes. I'm not in a. For those of you that don't know me, I'm not in a rush. I used to be, until I studied with Jeremy a lot more. And read his article on.
Sorry, it's on. I was on the daily.
No wonder you
it's
looked at it.
Ticky Tack. It's Ticky Tack on the 2-minute though.
Not right now. It's got volume right now, but that's just
Nice.
it. Why does it have volume, and why does it go from? And I'm going to show you what I mean by Ticky Tack. when you see, no volume like that, that really looks great, doesn't it? Wonderful. I love when that happens. Thank you,
Oh
TOS.
yeah, it's my favorite.
When you see this is no volume, and it's just like, this is a candle, right? This is a candle, but it doesn't look like one. It just, I call that ticky tack. It's like, some people call it chiclets, if you remember the chiclets.
Yeah, there's nothing to it.
No, and it's
Nothing really
and
there.
so that means that this is pumping up, and it's a pump and dump. Now, there are momentum traders who will go after this, and they'll use things like hotkeys and to be able to get in and out of this, and they'll use smaller time frames. They might have like a 10-second chart they're going off of for this. TOS only gives us the lowest it gives us is 1 minute, so that's a 1 minute chart right there, and you can see it really doesn't look that it doesn't look that good for us. I'm not going to go fool with it because it's not.
Interestingly, but on the daily, it looks like either it's got a rounding bottom, or it's the pump right before the stock completely drops off the map.
Right, right. Well, what I like to see, and just so folks know what I like to see and what I'm looking for, this is first off over here. This is our high resistance. This is our pre-market high. This is right down here. This red line is our gap. So that's our range that we can work in. If it breaks that high, I like to see it come back and retest and then go again. If it breaks this low and does not come back up, what I call a U-turn, then it'll fade the rest of the day. But sometimes what will happen is in the first hour or so of the market, you'll see this thing move all kind of ways. But then, it might fade off for the rest of the day. And what we do is we tend to take our eyes off of it. I don't. I want to see it because in the afternoon around 1:30, we'll lay out price targets and it'll hit them in the afternoon. And it's not magic. We're not doing anything magic. We're just following the chart and going to find where the price targets are. Everything's on the chart for us to see. It's right in front of us. So it's just a matter of finding it. Now, I use several different indicators, and we get into that later. But market's getting ready to open. So, Devin, what you got good for us today?
Well, basically bringing that together. What the main things, like back to it. We go back. We look at the 2-hour chart. We look for some big mother bars, some big candles to give us good action. We draw. Stone likes using shadow boxes like Scott used to.
Yeah.
And that gives us our levels. What else he looks for are what we call crinkles in the VWAP, or 90-degree angles. And what he'll do is he'll draw you do actual lines at those, don't you? Or
Yes.
do you do
I do
a
lines.
shadow box?
I do shadow boxes sometimes in here, but I actually do actual lines for those.
So you use it because that's a major moment there. That makes sense. And you said you were starting to do one on the candle next to it, right? Or the one near it?
Sometimes, yeah. It depends upon where it is in relationship to it. Like here, you've got
Okay.
this. Here, you got this. VWAP for me is this blood red, this red line.
Yeah, love
And
that
so
one.
look at this. Here, what do we got? A busy intersection. We call this a
Yeah, the busy intersection.
busy
Yep, right in
intersection
there.
where we have moving averages, candle, and VWAP. Everybody coming together right here. Well, that is that's our gap. Really, this is our gap right here. So the bottom of our candle. I love this. Don't let that thing freak you out. I can do this. So that right there, that's our gap. That's the lowest we want to see price come. We don't want to
So
see
that's
it.
where you're looking. That's where you're looking for support.
That's where I'm looking for. Well, that's final support.
Final support. Last
Final
chance for
support.
romance.
Last chance for romance. So
So those are the main things like that I gather from listen, and those are the main places where you draw your lines, and those are the indicators that you use through the day,
correct.
or beyond even.
And beyond.
Like for,
Yeah. And my stuff
But the
is
shadow
moving
boxes,
slow.
the shadow boxes you use specifically because you can push them further out. They're not going to stay on your screen for infinity.
Okay, we got dark pool levels coming up for those who are doing SPY options. Now, I am not an option king, so you're not going to get a lot of option king stuff from me. However, our friend Jeremy is an option king, so we love that. Okay, so right now We've got some action going on. We're at the opening here. We see SPY is continuing to go a little lower. I have Ford down here because Ford is a large cap, but it also can be traded as a penny stock because of its price. Now, it's not going to have a huge range, but it's going to have a decent enough range. And right now we're going to close out something here on my little deal for myself. As you heard that, that was a closing of a position. So I had a strangle, and I closed that position for a profit just now. And I'm looking to take another profit here in just a moment. So hang on with me and bear with me, guys, and I'll get us to where we need to be.
Personally, I'm going to bull with you.
You're going to bull with me?
I'm not going to bear with you.
Oh, you're going to bull with me. Come on, Bears. Come on, Bears. Come on, Bears. Ooh,
The Bears.
The
Bulls.
Bears. The Bulls.
Ditka.
290%. That's what I have right now on one Ford put. And I had to get rid of one. It was an $18 loss, but that loss will be devoured here shortly. And I won't have to worry about it. And I'll take profit on that. Let me get this to a candle I can look at a little bit better. All right, these guys are just fleshing out. I'm not going to run after them. I'm going to let them flesh out, and going to be real happy about that. So let me take, see if I can take here on that. Where are we going? Got to look at everything today. We got this Fed meeting thing happening, and that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for all of us here coming up this week. It's made the stock market work kind of sideways. So we're looking at things today we want to take a profit on. And where are we there? Open P&L down that 20 there. You can't see all my screens, folks. I apologize. But while we're waiting for things to shake out, we're just going to kind of keep watching through. Not much on my momentum scanner, and that's just been the thing that we've been dealing with lately is not a whole lot of stuff happening on the momentum scanners. So everything's been kind of slow. My system is running slow because I have a lot on it right now, so I apologize if you see some things moving a little slow, but we'll get it all worked out. And everything is just moving. A lot of times, if anybody's has any questions, we're doing, oh, dang it. Way to go, Jeremy. 400% on his extra Ford puts. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. So we're going to watch and see what happens here for a little bit. Let it shake out. Make sure I got my right time zones in here. Heading down to a pivot here. See, a lot of times in these penny stocks, again, this look right here, when you have a big green candle. I don't like that. When you have a big green candle, two candles together like this, and you got one wick into the other. To me, that's just like sturdy, and I think that's a support issue. That shows strength. And as you can see, where these two candles join, these particular two candles, not every candle, but these two, you see that price continues to come back to it. So we want to see and watch if this thing falls a little further. And it's okay if it does. These are what these penny stocks do, and they're going to do what they want to do. They're going to come down a little, and when they come down, we're going to be watching to see where they fall, what levels they hit. I want to see this stuff come down a little bit. I'd like to see it come back down to this support here, touch it, and maybe go back up. Meantime, we have some selling off going on SPY and Ford. And we like that. Yes, we do. We do. Because I have a Ford put, and I'm going to take profit on here in just a second. And taking profit is nice. Got a hammer over here on the 2-minute. Let's see what happens with that. But we're below our moving averages. And then we'll talk a little bit about I'm going to start talking about some candlestick patterns that are need to be in context, and Morningstar is one of them. It needs to be in context. Um, and we'll look for those today too. Oh, let me get out of this.
You know, a good book that was recommended to me to help read candlestick charts is the Candlestick Bible.
Got it.
Let me see who that's by real quick.
Yeah, it's by a guy with a ski name or something like that, Murkowski or something, or W, or I could be wrong. This guy is looks like he might try to go for a little bit here. All right, 345. Let's look at that. SPY, I want you to see what it's doing right here. If you look at SPY, this 384.71, that's those VWAP bends that I talk about, that I go and highlight. And you'll see price oftentimes, it's like a pivot, and it just goes between the two. But it'll build off of one, and if it's moving up, sometimes they a lot of times they'll act like a magnet and they'll draw price to it. So the more and more you study your price action, the better and better you get, and the more you can see things and how they develop. It just takes time. It's not something that's going to come quick and easy. This is like anything else that you do in life, any job you do. It's like athletics. The more you practice, the more you put into it, the more you learn about it, the better you get at it. So, but it's also like a lot of things. It's like music, and you don't have to have a degree to play music in America. You don't have to have a degree from any university in America to be able to play music professionally. If you know how to listen and play, you can play with the best. So, but you have to be able to use your ear to listen to the song and pick out the parts. Well, the chart's the same way, except we use our eye and we pick out the parts.
And we put our heads together and we watch the chart together.
And we watch the chart together. You see that lag? No, you can't see it. You see it on YouTube, but better. All right, so right now things are just kind of going south. We got these, I've seen this a little bit today in pre-market, where we have these pre-market movers that just all of a sudden, I got these wicks like this, and it's like, man, what is going on? So I think even the penny stock market is being affected right now by what's going on in the whole world with the Fed and everything. Usually penny stocks tend to be, he took 500%. Jeremy made 500%. I'm at 347. He said, make that 500%. You gotta love Jeremy.
Oh yeah, when it dropped, I'll bet he rode that thing all over the place. That's crazy.
Well, he gets in. He has this ability. We're going to nail him down. Nail him down. We need to get him together and look at some of the things that he knows how to do, because Jeremy's got this stuff down, y'all. That's why he became professional trader this year. I'm so proud of him.
Me too, man. I'm so happy for the guy.
So happy for him.
Totally turned his life around.
And us.
Wonderful.
He gets in here in the afternoons now. That's great.
Yep. Yeah, that's why it's wonderful, man.
So, and
I'm
also
not sure if
anybody's chatting on YouTube. I apologize. I can't look at all of it at once. So, go ahead.
The name of that book is The Candlestick Trading Bible, invented by Menehisa Homa, a Japanese fella, the most successful trader in history.
Oh, that guy from the 1800s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know it was that book. I thought, I have the encyclopedia, is what I have of candlestick patterns. That's the one I have. I don't have the Bible. Yeah, and they're great. But you know what? In context, and that's the thing, in context. And we have to have context. We're going sideways here right now, which is a little unusual, but I do have some things lighting up my charts. So I'm going to look at those. We've continuing to fall in the SPY and the S&P. Look, VWAP, can you see this? 384.71, yes. 384.32, 383.88. Each one of those is a previous VWAP. unless it says CB. Up here it says CB. Victoria, I don't. You can, but there's a certain time of day to do it. I'm not really the options guy that Jeremy is. As a matter of fact, I'm still learning options, and I know that you want to leg into those strangles a certain way. Usually, I think what Jeremy suggests is now. Hang on the sideways thing. Our penny stocks are actually going sideways over here. Now our large cap SPY and Ford, they're not going sideways. They're going down right now. So that you wouldn't want to try to leg into any strangle here. You might be able to get in if it's gonna trend, and we're gonna have a streak day where it just continues to go down. Now, Jeremy's throwing some suggestions out there. He's great at that stuff. So, what you'll learn from me is price action more than anything. I believe that's my forte. I have these old levels. This is when I first started trading, and Jeremy would put Ford up, and that's when I would use these goofy price charts like that. Alrighty then. So this is sideways. Our penny stocks are sideways. Let's go look. I do look for, like, it is 9:42, so we've been at it for 10 minutes. In a few minutes, I'll go get us a 15-minute range over there. You notice this high wave doji, high wave candle. You see these a lot in penny stocks. I'm just going to wait this guy out. Really, I want to see this guy come down. Neither one of them has attempted to go to the high of the day from pre-market. Ford is continuing down. All right, Jeremy. Can you give the author again for the candlesticks, Devin? He's around here somewhere. We'll get that for you, Indian King Cobra. Just a minute when Devin comes back.
It's not giving me a who it's by. I need to take a closer look, but I'll put up a screenshot real quick in
You're
the
freaking
Discord chat.
Awesome. All right, Jeremy, you're rocking 500%. I took one. I did a strangle. I did one. One of each for that Ford, and I cut that loser quickly. There's 3 more books.
Hey, man, that's what we're here for.
That's right.
These are the books to read,
All right. We get a little movement here. What we got happening here? We're all knotted up, but we're not knotted up. We got VWAP, 20, 15, 8, and the 200. And we're still above the 200, so that's good. I don't see anything to trade on these two yet at all. So we'll try to give a look-see to somebody else. VRAX, we'll come back to you. I've got you on another grid so I don't lose you. And MES is sitting on a pivot. So 15 minutes in, what's going to happen? Well, let's see. Now you can get a 15-minute range when you get 15 minutes like this. There it is. That's the book. Developed in the 1800s. I don't think we started using it until 1990 or 1980s. Got a little movement there. Ford is continuing to go down. Amazing. Let's see what happens with Ford right now. We've got a descending channel here on both Ford and the SPY. Let's go look at that. And what we're going to do, Now, I have a regression tool. That's this right here. This regression channel. Now, if you're new to TOS, this is a great tool to learn how to draw your channels because it automatically does it for you. And it automatically gives you the middle line. And if you listen to Jeremy when he teaches us about descending channels, sometimes we'll call them descending wedges. When you draw a descending channel, you need to always draw that middle line. And there's I think it's called Andrew's pitchfork. There's one like that. So this is just a great tool to be able to just use. You see how it's lagging on me, Devin?
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry too much about it.
That's why I need my computer experts to tell me not to worry too much about it.
Don't worry too much about it.
So let me redraw. Let me redraw this channel here. Let me catch it right here, and it automatically draws it for you. You see that? Boom. And look at that. It's perfect. And it gives you this middle line. Now, what we're looking for in this channel is if it's going to continue downward, we want to see it continue to come. We want it to below this middle line. But if it's going to reverse on us and go bullish, then it might come above that middle line. So we've got this guy right here, this little guy. So let's watch it and see. It could go back up. But that tool, I'll be doing a tutorial on that here soon. That's why I like OBS. I have to learn how to get in there and start recording these things. I think that would be really good, Devin. I agree with you. I can talk faster than I can write. I still got a little bit of that cold in me.
You could get that Dragon software where it converts talk to text.
Don't even need that anymore.
You don't?
No, you could just use it on I got a
phone
message. Yeah, your phone. You could talk to it. Siri. I do that a lot actually, and then I come back and I fix it. Yeah. Alrighty, let's see. Ford looks like it's going to continue downward at this moment. We're going to look and see. I want to see if it breaks that line. It's at the bottom of a standard deviation right now, and it hammered into it, so it may on a 1 minute, so it may or may not. We're still pretty wicky over here. Now I'm gonna explain something to everybody on these things. If you're watching and you want to learn how to do penny stocks are really a great way to learn price action, because it doesn't cost much in TD Ameritrade or just about anybody now. You can get you could trade just one stock, one share, $3.65. So when you come from paper trading, you come into penny stocks, and you can learn price action by practicing. But now what you really want to do, what I think I like to do, don't worry about what everybody says about, algorithms and stuff. They're going to get us no matter what, but we can outsmart them. And what I'm talking about is, when you trade a penny stock, when you make your entry, I like to make my entry and then set, know where my stop is going to be, and I'll make my entry, and then I'll put my stop in, and then I'll put my target for where I want to take profit in as a bracket. And the reason I do that is because of these wicks right here. Because you will often see that price will wick into it. You can't wait for that candle to close to take profit. You've got to be fast if you're going to scalp these things. So I like to put my order in. Boom, you see it fart out. Fart out. You see it flush out. I like to take my profit quick because, boom. If you don't, and you're caught in that wick, man, it's gonna stink. So often you'll see these wicks in penny stock where price will just wick to something, and when it does that, it's pretty amazing. I'm blown away right now. I gotta just say it. I am blown away. I got 455% on this put I bought yesterday on
Congratulations, Stone. Great job, man.
on Ford. Okay, because Ford is a great one contract. I spent $20 on one contract, and right now monetarily it's at 92. Percentage wise, it's 465.
All I care about is the percents, man.
I
don't
know.
care about
Well,
the money. Isn't what matters. That's not my scoreboard.
That's good. That's good. I like that. The money does matter when I go to the store and I say, you know,
Yeah, it does. But having a percentage scoreboard, I find, is a lot more useful.
Watching 30-second candles on my Ford for my exit. Hey, it's a good idea. 30-second candles. He's watching it on Weeble.
Is that Jeremy?
Yeah, he's at the hospital with his wife, or the doctor.
Yeah.
The outpatient,
Getting her
right?
back surgery.
Isn't it an outpatient though?
If it's like fusion back surgery, yeah, they can do that by robot. My dad was looking at having it done. They said he'd be out the same day. That the surgery was only like a couple hours long. If it's the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah. I bet you Jeremy's about to take profit if he hadn't already taken profit. See that flash of
Just
green?
sitting there on his phone. What do you think? Does he have like a little laptop with him, or do you think he's got like a tablet?
He's on his phone.
chart?
I think he's just on his phone. Look, like this screenshot in chat.
Just watching his phone.
Yeah, he is. He is amazing on that phone.
He's watching numbers
All right,
because
these
usually
guys
he
aren't
charts.
doing anything over here.
He normally charts on a computer, right? And then he uses his phone to trade. I'm amazed if he's just using the phone.
Well, he used to just use his phone. Yeah, he normally charts on the computer, but if he's already got his charting in, he can do that there.
Oh, gotcha. Wow.
Let's see what happens here. We're watching.
Yeah, that's a good point. If he already has his charting done, it'll transfer over to phone, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's amazing.
I do like this regression line. My mouth hasn't woken up yet. My first day with my new lips. Blah, blah, blah. This is beautiful. All right, so let's go see if we can find some penny stocks that are going to do a little something. These guys are just kind of blah right there right now. So we will go check. Is that 413.28? You know what? Let's cut that guy loose too. I have some open contracts that I'm trying to make some decisions on here. You heard that, didn't you? Still up on the day. I like that. Yes, indeed. So I guess I do better on the swings, huh? And we were swinging.
That's so. Thanks for enlightening. Yeah, you do better on the swings, I guess.
I do. I'm figuring out learning these straddles and all right, she's going back to back surgery. Hey, Jeremy, we're with you.
Wait,
she's going, buddy.
She's going back in.
She's being. My wife was just wheeled back for back surgery, so they're just taking her to go for the surgery now.
Thinking about you, buddy.
That's it. We are thinking about you, bro.
Yeah.
Prayers and thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, man.
All
Love
right.
you, dude. Sure, everything's gonna be just fine. It's a simple surgery.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm there with you. He's a good dude.
He's a really good dude.
Salt of the earth.
And you learn the way he teaches, you actually learn. He's a great teacher.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Okay, looks like now this is a morning star. Now this is a morning star. And we have a morning star because it's at the end of a channel. So
And a double bottom.
and a double bottom. And a double bottom. So let's go ahead and let's look and see what we're going to do here. Another good thing that I like to do is look at the MES. I should look at the MES. I'm going to go look for some penny stocks here in just a second because those guys are not moving for us very well. And I do have some things showing up in the scanner. Now on that
No, I know that we're already a half hour into this, but remember, we like usually here we wait about 15 minutes for the market to shake out before we start taking any trades usually.
absolutely, unless you're closing trades from the day before.
Yep, unless you're doing your swing trades from the day before.
And this is I guess there is a good time to do these straddles and so on. So uh, we're looking at those right now because of the meeting that's going to be coming out this week.
And what meeting is that, Stone?
It's a Fed meeting. I have no idea. I'm still learning all that stuff. Penny stocks, we didn't give a rip about those meetings. It's like
It's not going to do what we want it to anyway.
Yeah, we're going to do what we want to do. It's a penny stock. So the thing about a Morningstar is you want to see a Morningstar candle at the end of a descending wedge or a descending channel, and it wants to be you're looking for that to be the bottom for it to go back up. But sometimes those Morningstars fail, and so you know if you're trading options, and I'm doing a little directional trading as I'm just started trading options a few months ago, and it's beat the crap out of me. I will tell you that. But it's because there's so many things that you have to be paying attention to. Your deltas, the whole Greek thing makes it all work. Your delta, it's going to tell you what it's going to move price-wise in the direction it's going, and then you got your time decay, with your theta, and that's very important. And then you got this whole gamma thing, which kind of tells you how much your delta can gain. So, and then you got Vega, which you use for implied volatility. And so when you're trading directionally, man, you got to really pay attention to all that stuff. And you've got to be able to get in at the right time. And if you know you've got a delta of say 0.5, then you know if the stock moves up like $1, it's going to give you 50 cents. You're gonna make 50 cents on that contract, which is basically $50 on one contract. So trading those things directionally can be a real challenge. Now look, we got like a morning star going into a evening star pattern. So it could be a failed morning star. See that? So we keep an eye on that. There are folks that, some folks are really quick, and I talk about this. Some think you have to be, you have to know price action before you can scalp. And because we had a good question from Victoria about scalping earlier. And if you're going to get in and you're going to scalp things, then you really need to know price action. And the best way to learn price action is to be here with Bullish Bears with us, read some of the materials that we have, and be in this room with us at the same time, because we're going to talk about it and ask questions. Interrupt my butt and ask me some questions. If you're on YouTube or anything, somebody help me out with that, because I don't have the chat up. I can't see all that with the way my system's set up.
The other thing I just noticed on that is purple, gold, green.
Yep.
Green and gold are under the purple.
And we're below the 200.
We don't just watch the candlesticks.
Nope.
Got to also pay attention to that.
Everything. It's complex, simple, but not easy. I think that's the way we want to say it. It's complex, simple, but not easy.
It's like looking at it like a checklist.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're going to fly a plane or something.
You're about to fly a plane. You go through your checklist. If everything lines up, time to take off.
Exactly. Ooh, goodness gracious. There is no liquidity down there right now. If the MES gets to like 38.65, there's nothing below it. So this could be a trending a streak day where we just continue to go down. We'll have to see. We will have to see, my good friends. We see. Let's check out a 5-minute chart. Let's go over here at penny stock land. Ooh, wait a minute. That's weak. All right, you might be getting the bounce here on SPY. Let's see. And I'll tell you why. Because if you look at a larger time frame, it looks like a 5-minute chart. It looks like it's running out of steam. But that doesn't mean it won't pick up steam. See? And we get these wicks down here like that.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean for bullishness.
And look where it is. Right on a previous VWAP. See it?
Yeah, you mark those red, right?
Yep, those are red. And I said if it has CB, you can see a small CB. That just means control bar. Uh-oh. It looks like it wants to fall through that. In the MES, looks like it wants to fall through it too. Very interesting. We haven't had a trend day of any kind in since the week before last. Usually you get a trend day once a week with SPY or the S&P. We're continuing. These guys are just moving sideways. We're looking at, I am watching the large caps as well. I do have interest in this because I'm still rocking 470% on one put.
Great job, Steve.
I think it might just say bottom here. So let's see. We're going to watch another second. Yeah, I think it's going to say bottom here.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
I like those wicks, man.
Those bottom wicks like that. I was going to go back to a 2-minute over here. Got a little bit of movement. I see at the corner of my eye over here caught me. Slightly moving up a little bit here. So we're going to go check him out as well. I don't necessarily like the way it looks color-wise here. I don't like to see oranges and yellows. It always makes me think something has jaundice. All right.
That is some choppy movement on SPY, buddy.
All right. It's curling. Ford looks like it's curling, so let's just wait a second here. A few more seconds. Like I said, the stock market happens in real time, so it's something we have to watch in real time. We can't just speed it up. We live in such a great society with technology and everything. But we still have times when everything happens in real time. If it goes into 13, can I set up a strangle? I don't know. To me, you strangle, like I set one up yesterday. I didn't have time to tell everybody. I apologize. Sometimes that happens. I was off mic. And when I set mine up, I set it in later on in the day so that I could close at the open, and that's how I like.
And that's what Jeremy talks about a lot.
Yeah,
is swing trading at the more towards the mid later on in the day.
Yes, later on in the day when you have a sense of where the price action has been, where you can look at the larger candles for the day and the 2 hour, and you can say, okay, price is in this range here. So if I strangle it here, if I get in on the put when price is high on something, and then I get on the call when price drops down, and then I've got a good it's a little tricky, and it takes a little bit of work there, Victoria, to get it right. But it's a little tricky. So you want to get it at the right spot. Otherwise, the decay hits you, and you start losing money automatically. And you're going, why am I already down on both my call and my put? So
that's why Jeremy also is a huge fan of the wheel trade, because that's how you negate that. By making money on the premium.
Right, but you have to have a special account to do that.
Yeah, you got to be on like whatever level.
Level three.
Level 3 options.
And then you have to have the right, the right broker. That's not. We use commission-free brokers like Webull and Robinhood for our options, because they don't charge us any commissions. If I were to use my TOS, I couldn't do it, and then they'd only allow me to do it 3 days a week. I could only have 3 day trades in their system.
But
Whereas with
Jeremy
Webull,
said
it
if you
settles
if you're
overnight.
doing options, like if you're swinging, you don't have to do the intraday, or you don't have to that rule doesn't apply, right?
Say again.
If you're swing trading it like we're talking about,
Correct. Then you don't have
the
to worry
rule
about
doesn't
that.
apply,
Right. The
right?
PDT
No.
PDT rule doesn't apply.
Yeah, that's cool. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure
That's
that
good.
I heard that right.
You did. All right. It looks like we're curling back up here. So that might be. Now we're going a little sideways here. You see that? So we've come
Sideways
down,
chop.
and that's a little sideways motion right here. So, however, Ford is curling up. So I want to look at that for a moment, and I just want to see for a second, because once we go sideways, there's nothing to do except wait. Now, unless you have those option strategies, and I don't. I only have directional option strategies right now, such as the strangles, getting in at price at the right time. When I see price, I look for those descending wedges and channels. You see, it broke it right here. It's no longer in it. So that broke that. Doesn't mean it's going to necessarily go up. Doesn't mean it won't. And it's a matter of just watching and seeing, because we're still below the moving averages. Although once that 8 gets involved and we get price above the 8, then things can tend to change a little bit.
I mean, basically, it's the same thing as SPY, except SPY was manipulated a bit.
Yeah, and you'll see that a lot of times this Ford will sometimes lead SPY.
God, that's a great thing to have up to go with SPY there.
A Ford? Oh,
almost like almost like a canary, man.
Almost. All right, I took my 450% profit on SPY. I mean on that Ford put, and that put me up already. Good day so far. That's pretty good, man.
You got a busy intersection coming up here on Ford.
Yeah, we sure do. It's a very busy intersection. So you could look for Ford to possibly turn around on us here. So we're going to see. I got a SPY put from way out on October 3rd. I have to talk to Jeremy about that. I did it without talking to Jeremy. I went out and looked at some things last night. Well, you go look at stuff, and that's what we're talking about, and you're learning that like day trading options, 0 days like yesterday. You want to, if you're trading the 0 day, you want to be done with it by 11:30, 12 o'clock. You don't want to, whatever expires on that day, I don't want to fool with it past 11:30 or 12 o'clock market time, because it tends to decay a lot. And then you think you're gonna, you're in the trade and it's going your way, but yet you're still not moving as much as you think it should, and you can wind up hurting yourself if you're not certain about where price is going, or really when you got in the wrong time. Did you get in? What was price, and what was your delta, and all those things. So it's a little complex, but getting better and better at it. Like I said, price action is probably my forte. And this is sideways, so we don't have much price action there. And that's that October 3rd, 28th. All right. And we are moving sideways. Is there any market news? Am I missing something? I didn't go to my market watch for today. No, we have a 4-week bill announcement at 11 o'clock. That's nothing. So we're getting ready for this big Fed announcement. They could be announcing some stuff tomorrow. Everybody's concerned that the interest rate's going to be going up, and it's going to be hawkish, and investors are going to be nervous, and it's going to be a great time to try to figure. Now that would be a good day for a strangle, is to get in on it tomorrow before the market closes, when you can still buy those contracts, and to go. I wouldn't do anything that would expire. Well, yeah, you not tomorrow, but tomorrow's going to be a 0 day. But you could get in at the end of the day. 2, 4, 5, 6 days out. That's what I would look for. and
Usually where Jeremy recommends to go.
yeah, and then go out, maybe even a little further, not too far, and find those guys with good deltas and good thetas. Thetas, that's your decay. And again, I'm just learning that. So when Jeremy gets back, I'll be like, hey, Mister, when you do the option thing like that, what's your theta?
Get out of here, kid! You bother me.
Yeah. Gosh, I gotta wait a minute.
Couldn't help it, man. But Ford.
You make me laugh hard.
Good.
Look, Spy. What do we got going on with Spy? Man, this thing is still hanging around that 38.64 on the MES.
That's manipulation. It's manipulation. I would absolutely be trying to get in on that right there.
You would.
That's pullback. It's pullback. Well, I don't know if I could get in and out though. I don't.
On this, yeah, you got the whole. If you're gonna do just options, man, that is something else. Hang on a second here.
I don't know if I'd option that.
This is what I love about this line. Just the line. Can you see that line when you just stick it right there?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
How price is just kind of hovering that area, that 380.
Jumping right off it.
I bet you there's something I missed on a VWAP somewhere. There's a.
Well, I mean, also like Ford. If you look at Ford is dojiing.
Okay, here we go.
And I'm just saying that since Ford is part of the index.
Yes. All right, we got a little something happening over here. Let's go blow it up.
Just waiting for that to pull back, hit that wick spot, and jump again. There's something there on Spy that we don't have marked. There's something there. You might want to mark that spot.
I am going to go find it in just a momento. Trying to see what we got going on over here. See how pretty that is to me? I like that.
That's gorgeous.
That moves. This is something to watch. Let's go look at it at a bigger time frame just for the fun of it. Now, I'm going to blow minds on penny stocks rather than the 5-minute. Check out the 3-minute. Because the way they move, I think a 3-minute's better for a longer time frame. If you're going to use a 1 instead of like I use a 2 because I can spot things on a 2. But like 1 minute and 5 I'll use on a Spy. Oh my, we're flushing.
On Spy?
Looks like it. MES has got a big candle on the 1 minute. Anyhow, this is right here. It's got to break this.
Look, the one you're on right now. The purple's about to cross the gold.
Yep, it sure is. Which this is the 8, and that's your 20, and the gold is the 15, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure.
So it's about to line up.
Yep. So that's a sign of potential bullishness there. Well, I'd like to see it break that high and come back and retest it. If it does that, I'll look at possibly getting in on it. This Spy came down that 383.09. So it broke that right there, that level. So let's see what it's going to do.
Technically, it's just made itself to be a descending wedge now, right?
Right.
Or
Ford's turning around, though. So let's go look at a larger time frame on this. Let's go look at a 5-day 15. See if we can find something. I've got a line here, 383.09. That's there for a reason. All right, so this thing is completely, it didn't do a 50% retracement. It's come down. This is our next level of support, this 383.09. We've got some, wow, it's completely retraced.
Retraced the whole day move.
The whole day move almost now, huh, Devin? Not a 50% retracement. I actually had a 50% retracement for Ford on one of my charts. Hang on, where was it? And that was 387.88. That would have been the 50% retracement for this whole move from yesterday to the high of the Globex high. But wow.
Double topped and dropped.
That's something else. What did I
I want to
spend
see
for
what that looks like on the daily.
Yeah. On this one, oh, it's going to be crazy. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get you a good look on the daily. And in TOS, there's you can go in and each chart, each underlying or stock ETF, you can create your own drawing sets like this. I have too many because I've learned how to do it. So let's go to, where did I have it? Brief.
Nasty.
No, that's not the right one.
Chart nasty.
Chart nasty. Bam. All right, now we'll go to the daily because I'll have less BS on there. I still got some. Whoo!
You can't escape the chart nasty.
No, you can't. Look at this. That's the regression line I had put in earlier. Looks like they're all working together, huh? My auto support and resistance. And this guy, let's extend him to the right. Bam. Look where we are right now. You don't remember? Do you remember this regression line? I showed you all this regression line on one of our Thursday night recaps on SPY, and that's the same regression line that I had from whenever I drew it, where I measured the low to this right here.
Oh yeah, the low to the high.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. See, and I had measured it and said, look, there's the low, and then I measured the distance, and we talked about that. Matter of fact, here's my little thingamadoogie I think I probably used to do it. Oh no, maybe that's something else. So we're right at this regression line, and we had that big candle yesterday. Yeah, so we could potentially go lower.
And that's why you always draw that middle line. That's why you do it.
That's why you draw the middle line, because you want to see it. 2-hour chart. I do like the 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart gives us some looks. These are the bends I talk about in the VWAP. These crinkles, this is VWAP. That's the red line. And when you see these lines, and you can just highlight this guy right here. This is our point of no return probably for right now. If it gets below that, man, we could go down. Whew. Okay, sorry folks, I don't have my Discord up. Let me go back and see. All right, let's go back to our 2-minute chart here. These guys are continuing just not to do much of anything. So why SPYs continue to shake out, and we're going to see if it's going to go past this or not. Looks like that was the little spot it said, I'm not going any further right there. Let me go back to my
You can't make me.
Where I was earlier.
I mean, look at what Ford's doing.
Yeah, Ford's curling back up. Ford is curling back up. And we're going to see what Ford's going to do, if this is a big pullback or not. And in the meantime, let's go back and look at some penny stocks. Let me make sure I got all my stuff over here right. And let's go over here. This guy is just kind of creeping to the side. We can come back and check you out. SPY, what are you going to do? Alrighty then. Everybody's quiet except for you, Devin. I can't even hear Bud. Bud's being quiet too.
Listening day for him.
Listening day. Yeah, I do want to get in there and learn the OBS recording thing a little bit better. I think I got it set up for where it puts out an MP4.
Good.
That's the best way to use it?
I mean, that's probably the best way to do it across multiple platforms, to make sure we can, if we get to the point where we want to edit it, things like that.
Okay.
It's easiest.
I will refer to our resident editor and producer. All right, let's break this guy up a little bit. Pick him up, and
Thank you so much for your support.
thank you for your support. Okay, so let's go over here and make sure I'm set, and let's do a little cycling through. Looks like crap. Looks like crap. These are penny stocks. Doesn't mean they need to be traded. Yeah, you see that? Look, and what happens to retail traders, young retail traders, what I mean by newer traders is you see these prices and go, I can get in there. But there's no volume on that thing. It's 200 right now. 200 orders. 200 for this guy too.
Somebody swinging a big line can just drop the floor right out from under you, take all your money.
Yep, if you're not careful. Who's doing what?
You want to make sure you have a high float, is the term. Well, good float, solid float.
Low float.
You want low float?
Yeah, low float means high volatility.
Low float, high volatility.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Low means good, high means slow.
Oh,
what
I got that backwards. My bad.
Bluebird. What are you doing, Bluebird? You got a little volume. You got some action going on. But it's not bad. Looks like it made almost a 50% retracement yesterday. They must have had a sell-off. Let's go see.
Pretty sure Bluebird is the company that makes watering goods for golf courses. I'm pretty sure that's the primary irrigation.
It's Bluebird Bio.
Oh, it's bio. Never mind.
Biotech.
At least it's not Nighthawk.
That means they're trying to raise money for their stuff. It's flagging up. It's bullish right now, but that's a slow mover, Jack. That is a grinder. Oh, that's a 3-minute chart. Sorry, guys.
Ticky-tack. And then a bunch of volume.
And then a bunch of volume. Yeah, not the best.
What did it do during the daytime? Is it volume? No.
Oh,
it's not. No volume.
This is these are coming up in my scanner. This is why it's like, nah.
Yeah, I was looking through them earlier.
Boom,
that's a lot of.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I looked for the ones that were moving. We can watch this guy, but I don't have a lot on him. Maybe we do some. Let's see. You see it fell from there. It was at 783. Did they have a offering or something? Maintains the adjust target from 10 to 8. Yeah. It looks like that happened today. Look, today, wait a minute. Oh yeah, from 10 to 10 from 8. Sorry. So they got a little bump where they say their price is actually more valuable than it is.
Oh, nice. Good for them.
So this is what they got an FDA. They got accelerated approval for gene therapy. Okay. So that's why they're moving. Doesn't mean squat. Just means that's what the pump is. That's why it's pushing up.
Yeah, the stocks just got more valuable.
All right, so we can go look at a 2-hour chart on these guys. Look at that. Big fall. It's coming back up to the 200 on there. We're still below those marks there. Boom, boom, boom. We got pivots all over the place. Let's go look at a daily real quick. Did we look at him on a daily already, Devin?
I think so.
Devin always catches the stuff I miss.
Why we work as a team, buddy.
All right, look at this. Pivot, pivot. Big fall here. All the way from $25. Look at that. Boom. Now Scott would say this is the first pullback right here. See all that fall? The first pullback right there. But that's a daily chart. Now let's go look at it at a 2-hour chart again. Now we know where that big fall is. Charting takes time. You know, another thing that takes time is being able to use your software, work your mouse, because it takes time. But eventually you get to the point to where you can move it a little faster than you did when you first started. But you also relax, because it helps you relax, because I'm not in a rush. This stuff is going to happen. I'm going to catch what I need to catch when I need to catch it. And then when I see what I want to see, then I can go in and do my thing. This purple line pivot right there. We got this guy here. Look at this little double bottom on the VWAP. You see that?
Yep, I see it.
Isn't that wild? Double bottom on the VWAP. Got this guy right here. I like this. Even though this is a much bigger candle, I like this guy saying I'm not going any further. So, alrighty then. Here we go. Bop. Bada bang. Bada boom. Bada bang. Bada bang. Those are price targets that we can look at right now. And we can go back. Get back to our 2-minute chart. And we can see our price targets already hit one. See that? Very simplistic. Yep. We just found those red bars. Now,
on the 2-hour chart.
On the 2-hour chart. This guy built off of the 200 right here. We're going to watch this here. This is this pivot right here, the high 10, can give us some information too. Big descending wedge. Look at that. Okay. Now we're getting the flag. All right. So he's flagging up there. And that is MG. All right. Let me get you over here. All right. SPY coming back up, I see. Nope. Going right back there. Still technically sideways. I'll show you that in just a second. Blue hitting that level right there. Let's see if I can get a little bit bigger out here. And we're getting bullish on blue. We're at, can it hit $7? It's possible. I'm not going to tell you it is. I'm not going to tell you to get in that right now either. I got hurt early on when I joined Bullish Bears, and I didn't know when I first learned, got in the stock market. And I'd get in here, and I had a little money in an account, and I'd hear him say, yeah, 654s, yeah, these are some price targets. And I'd get in thinking it was going to go up that high. Because I misunderstood the moderators. So I'm cautious about telling people to follow me into a trade. I don't do that.
That's not what we do here.
I'd rather show you how to make that trade. There's your regression channel. We're above it. Bam. We're on that 10 right here. I'm going to see what this does when this candle closes. I tell you what I'd like to see. I'd like to see it go up and be a green hammer. How many seconds? We got 2 seconds. It ain't going to do it. You got to get up there a little bit more. Still can. It can still break that level and get up. Move up, but see, that's a key pivot right here. And that's through the zigzag indicator that makes these candles crazy colors. All right. So, and in the meantime, back at the SPY, we're ranging. We are in a range. Now, the thing about a large cap like SPY is we can look at other time frames and get good idea of what's happening. I'm looking at a half-hour time frame right now on the other chart that you can't see. Let me bring it up. I have to watch my phraseology. It's a half hour, and we can see it's this could be a pause candle if well, we still have a long time. I mean, it just this hammer just formed on this chart, so this half hour candle can go a couple of different ways here. This could actually become a green candle and give us a 30-minute morning star, which on this time frame with SPY I would pay attention to if that happened. It's not a penny stock, so it's going to move a little different. This guy may be flagging up. As a matter of fact, he may be flagging up. So.
Yep, and that's my mark. I saw it. Things are starting to happen. You know what that means? It's 10:30.
Oh, and you're.
I got to go to work.
You gotta go. All right, listen. Go.
I got to get my butt to work.
Get that golf club ready, and drive those balls and drive somebody crazy, would you?
I'm driving golf carts, but thanks. All right, man. Have a great day, guys.
Take care.
Thank
you. Yes, Victoria, we do have. I call this. This is street language. Like if we were to talk about Victoria, if you and I were to talk about music, and I said it's moving in a half step, you were probably trained to know that as a semitone. And so we have to learn the different languages. I tend to use street terms. Sometimes I make up my own words. And then I have to go get the classic verbiage. So bear with me on that. I use a lot of the same terminology that Jeremy uses. Looks like we want to build on this one. This guy's given us a look, and I'm going to show you the look that I'm looking for. This is one of the looks I look for in candlesticks with these particular indicators. What the heck? There we are. Okay. This is hammering into VWAP. This is its first attempt to come above VWAP. So price gave us these highs and everything, and then give us some wickiness. Kind of went sideways here. This is a little bit of a double bottom. So we're going to watch this hammer into the 8 down there. I've got a signal over here telling me that the trend is changing, and it's confirming that. But it's a penny stock, so I want to be careful. So I want to see a little more development. What I want to see happen is I want to see it come back up and retest and then go. If I can get a retest here, once it comes past it, then I might look at taking an entry. But I've got to see that. And then, of course, I've got targets that I could look to immediately onto my left. I've got this target here. I got this target here. I've got this wick here. I've got this wick here. We've got this pivot that's already into that wick there. So I've got some targets that I can get into. And if I get in at the right spot, then let me get rid of this drawn here, so I don't confuse anybody. If it gives us the right look, then yeah, we might do something. I still have a little over a minute and a half on this 2-minute candle, and I use the 2-minute because I look for specific looks. Now I am working more on the 1-minute. For those of you who know, when I first started Bullish Bears, there was different moderators. Jeremy was part of it, and one of the guys went off and started his own business, so he was great. His name was Scott, and I learned all these indicators, these lines I use because I learned from Scott, and I would set my charts up just like his, and he had TOS. Now we've got about 45 seconds for this candle to close, and I really would like to see this candle close a little higher up. I don't want to see it close here, but if it holds this body of this previous red hammer, then that could give us a sign that it's going to be bullish. And then in penny stocks, we only go bullish. So we go bullish. Only bullish. Let me run over here and check out something real quick. Yes, we will get you there. Jeremy is the man. We don't think he's human. We think he was created. I think Casper created him. Waiting for the candle to close. Still not. Oh, it did close. It's still not giving me what I want. Although it did close on that line. See, it's got to get above this for me. If it doesn't get above that, I'm not doing anything. Not yet. We can watch it. Again, this has about a minute and 20 seconds left on it. In the meanwhile, back at blue. Blue is giving us some signals if we want to try to get in. If you're looking to make a trade on that. The SPY coming all the way back to this 380-309, blowing through that. If it blows through that, then that means what this is our beginning of our trend. And it went that way, a little sideways, and now it's resuming the trend. So what we can do on SPY is, I'm going to show you. We'll look for a measured move. Well, a measured move is going to be what? Well, I look from here to here. Look at that wick. It's trying to come back up. There are different ways to get a measured move. Several ways. One, I can go from our open candle to where we are now, or let's say to there. Let me do it a different way. I got to do it different. I got to do it from here. There we go. To there. But I'm going to come this way. And then that gives you an idea where your 50% retracement was. And if you can notice, it basically hit that 50% retracement before we got to this red candle here. So it basically hit that 50% retracement already. Now we could look to go further down, but it's going to have to break that 382.71 area right there, right here. So, and if it does, there's other ways to get you a measured move. I like my shadow boxes. I'm going to take this guy here. I'm going to measure this one here. I'm going to activate that drawing. I'm going to take it over here, and I'm going to put it on the bottom of that candle there. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to scrunch it up here. This would be my measured move. Now, I have over here, I have critical support. This is from 9/16/22, so that was a candle of some kind that I highlighted, and I made sure that I knew that that was critical support. If I'm looking for a measured move, and I'm looking for this thing to continue down as it did on that first leg and to give us another equal leg, then I would look for take profit down here about 381.99. What I would probably do is, since I see that critical support, I would want to get my profit there if I were to get in. But then I would look for the right spot to get in option wise. And I'd have to go to an options ladder and do that. And at this point, I'm not going to do that right now because I'm trying to do penny stocks, and I'm not the best at multitasking that way. So here we go. We got a little push here. This could be, well, it's giving us a morning star look, but it's not coming at the bottom of a channel. However, it's still moving up. So this guy faked me out a little. It did not do what I wanted it to do, so I didn't get in. However, it may still give me my look that I want. These are nice big candles right there. It hit that price level we drew out. Hit that one right there. Might not give us a pullback. Might give us a pullback that I want. It's at that 307 level. If it hammers on 307 right there, there it is. Give me that right there. Wick into that son of a gun. What are you looking like over here? Boom, boom. This is my lower CCI. You can also use your trend line tool to draw on it. It works that way too. You get those peaks and those valleys. That's what I'm looking for, is those peaks and valleys. On the Woodies, this is this indicator right here, Woodies. I don't use a TTM squeeze or anything. I learned on the Woodies, so. And I don't know the classic ways to use the Woodies. I know what I'm looking for. I like this green and I like this to be blue. I like to see these candles, these gray candles, take place at the end of a descending wedge, because it shows me that a possible trend reversal can happen. Now this guy has wicked into this this spot right here, and we've got about 5 seconds left for it to close. And this is MGM, MG whatever, right there. All right, now I got a hammer. Still, I got a hammer there. We're above VWAP, which is good, because it's, VWAP's important. This is a point of, where price is going to respond. It's going to react. It's going to do something. As you can see, we're slightly above VWAP, and we're trying to get above VWAP for the first time and hold above VWAP, and we are currently. So we've got this push, pull back. We're going to wait. I'm going to wait. I want to see it get above this line. I could miss a trade and it do what it wants to do and goes above and beyond what I was looking for. And that's okay if it does that on me. If I miss it, that's okay. I don't want to. Nobody does. But if you do, you miss it. You come back around. If you miss your entry, okay, miss your entry, come back around. This guy may not continue back this way. He may fight this way. We're still kind of sideways, if you will, and we're still kind of ranging, if you will, between this 380, 388, pardon me, and 383.09. We're going to continue to watch that. This guy is, I like that retracement right there. Oh, I've got them on both of them. I apologize. Who did I have here a minute ago? Blue. Oops. I changed something on my other side. Let me go fix that. Unlink. Oh, no. I see what we're going to do. We're going to unlink you. So blue is still, it's come across some of those. No, it hasn't come across that level yet. It's still fighting that level of 645 that we had pulled out earlier. And that is blue, and we took blue out of there, and now we want to go to there. All right, so this guy, see, we were waiting to get up here, and he slammed all the way back down here, which is, if I extend this, which is back to our angular resistance from that descending wedge. So that pullback was weak, so he may come all the way back down here, and we just have to look for an opportunity later on in the day. See those levels? We'll keep an eye on those. Everybody doing all right? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, Victoria. Okay. All right. Thanks, Jeremy. I see. Victoria, I'm sorry. I just saw what he said. I didn't see that writing. I'm not the greatest multitasker. Thanks. That's why I don't like to sing and play guitar. I like to just play guitar. All righty. Yeah, I want you to be successful. I don't want to screw anybody up. But if Jeremy's giving you good advice, then we'll take his good advice. But those strangles do work, and this is a good week for them. I don't know if Jeremy can hear me or not. So, all right, and where are we here? We are coming up at 10:46. He just tanked out on us and went right back here. That's why you got to watch these penny stocks. I was looking for a specific look. Now, it's coming down, and it's giving us some real touches down low. It's already fallen below the VWAP. And yeah, if that 20 crosses that 8, it's bye-bye for a while. It's going to just tank out. Blue, blue's got some look. Just doesn't have the history I was looking for, but it's got some. Let's scroll through. Let's scan through these, cycle through these stocks again. We're gonna cycle through over here where MAGM is, MGAM. I'll look through this way. I don't have news on either, so sometimes penny stock news is one thing. Large cap news is a different. Thank you, Jeremy. Leg into it. That's awesome. Let me do this through my phone. All right, now hang on a second, boys. This an alert channel fast enough. That's those credit debit spreads. Man, I want to learn how to do those better. All right, we got price action down, man. And once you get price action down, like we're doing right here, where I'm following along this stuff, once you get that stuff down, then when you start learning the options and all that, man, it is gravy. Because you can start getting an idea of learning where the pivots are going to be for price and everything. And we're still hovering, kissing that line. It's just right there. We're going sideways, y'all. This is a sideways look. Coming up to 645. That is a little point there. It's a little resistance right now. But we have been bullish so for a little while, so we need a pullback on this guy. If you get in here now where he's moving full up, yeah, you could possibly take some profit, but you could get caught if you're not careful because it's been bullish since the open pretty much. So we need an area to pull back to get in. This would have been there, but we didn't have enough knowledge, and history on this thing before we would have made that decision that early on as we were looking at it. SPY is tending to curl up here, so let's see what happens there. Alrighty then. That's what I like to see. Alright, so we are up 5.22%. 6% is a good number if you want to have a goal every day. So we're up 5.22%. I have a small account, but I have an options account, and with Webull, my cash settles overnight. So once I close all my trades today, I get to use all my money again tomorrow. It's kind of like having 5 times the amount you have in your account. It's really cool. But that's actually for directional. I bet you Victoria is going to be a killer trader as she learns. All right. Fantastic. All right. There she goes, getting her feet wet. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Mozart is in the room. We have Amadeus. Too many notes. Too many notes. Mozart, simply too many notes. All right, we broke the 645 on BLUE, Blue. Spy is reaching up for the stars. We had a little turnaround. Look at this. Bada bing. That's a beautiful thing, too. Ave Maria. There's your nice little pullback. This guy looks good. Baloo. Baloo, baloo, baloo. All right, Bluebird, what you got for us? This thing's looking good, but you know what? He's getting high, so we got to be careful. Must be careful on this fella. 654 is going to get hit next. If I'd have looked, I'd have got in here. Dang it. Where it was a double bottom on the Woodies. Son of a gun. Well, no FOMO. We're going to have the joy of missing out because we see it, and that's all I care about sometimes. The better you get, the more you do this, the better you're going to get at seeing things. If I were just watching this, and not moderating, I'm not bitching about moderating. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love this. I love the teaching part more than anything. But this is a double bottom on the Woodies. Right here, this little fella. And you can see that this lines up pretty much with this guy here. Not so much this guy, but with this guy here. And if you look at this candle, it spikes into this on this double bottom. And then we also get one spike down into the lower CCI. And that was a good signal to buy and go long. Long being bullish. Short being bearish. Stocks go up, down, or sideways. Only three ways you have to look at for stocks. This guy looks pretty good. He's going to probably hit that 654 next. Yeah, there's probably some other levels there. I would want to target higher than that. Let me see. Man, that is a big jump, though. I bet you you'd stop at 679 first. 680 would be a good target. That wick there, and so would this wick. You know what? This guy right here. That bend right there is also a good target, and I'll have to explain this in another time. Trying to do it all here at once is a little bit difficult sometimes for everybody. But I'm going to get all this in writing for everybody, and now we've got some video stuff I'll be able to do soon, and I'll be able to put all this stuff down for my little strategies and what I look for everybody to see. They've been very, very good to me, so I like it. 645. I'm going to look for another entry in there. I like buying red hammers if I'm going to go long. Red hammers are good. Give me a nice hit. Spy flagging up. See, that didn't happen here. This move didn't happen. So now it looks like we're trying to break this descending and perhaps go bullish, back bullish. It's saying it didn't want to. This 383.09, and I have that down there for a reason. That is a level. It's not a. It's not just any level. It's not a control bar that I know of. I don't know why I have it there, but it's important because price said it didn't want to go any lower than that. It wicked down to that VWAP band that I had previous. It didn't go all the way down to that critical support, and it's trying to push up now. So we can watch that SPY and see what it's going to do. It's obviously not going to be a streak, and it could resume. This could just be simply a pullback, and we're going to see if it resumes. But that looks pretty good right now. Red hammer there, as I was taking my eyes off to show you about SPY, that would have been a good entry point to get a red hammer there. Have to wait for another one to get in. Yep, that would have been the spot. Dadgummit, but you miss him, and that's okay. We see him. So as long as you learn how to get these price lines and you can start watching these videos, if you have the software that lets you replay, that stuff's great. It's expensive. I like to go back and look at the replays that we do on Bullish Bears, and then I can follow the candles and kind of it's kind of the frugal way of having replay without spending any money on it. Excuse me. Yeah, software can be a pain in the butt to learn, Victoria. That's the other thing. Learning the price action is great, and for all new traders, we can learn the price action. But learning our software, like she's working on Tastyworks, TOS is a beast, and it takes a while to learn how to do this. This guy's going to pop. Looks like it's building on that level right there. That's like accumulation. Right above this pivot here. That's what this is. This is a pivot at 645. So we're looking good. We're above the 200. We're looking bullish on all ends on this guy right here. Yeah, we're going to hit that. Good for you. Yep. Saw the pop about to happen, but missed the entry. That was my red hammer I wanted to buy. But look, there's the levels. So doesn't matter if we miss the entry. For me right now, what matters is that you're learning how to follow price action and how to find price targets. That's the most important thing for me, for everybody else to be seeing right now. Even if I missed the dadgum trade. Good, Mr. Trade. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. My eldest granddaughter is going to be 18 next year. Well, she's 17 now, senior in high school. And I still imitate her when she was a little girl. Why you want to do that? Just because. Sweetheart, I love her very much. All right, all my grandkids. 7 of them. Yeah. Okay. So, Butamus. Look at that. That was a pretty look. Huh? 654 red hammer. Wow, look at that. 654 red hammer. Your stop would be at that 650, at that 645. I did it quick, y'all. I took 10 shares. I put my stop back at the 645. I got in at 656. I'm actually going to make my stop a little deeper. My stop is now at 642. Now, I want to get me some of this. 654, 67's good. All right, so now I'm going to put in my, and if I miss this, I miss it, you know. I'm not going to cry. I'm trying to show you how to do this. I did take that entry on that red candle that didn't finish because I saw it as a pullback. And so I put a stop in down right below the 20. My entry was 656. If I get stopped out, it's going to suck. But I'm going to put in my target right now, and I'm going to go for that. I'm not going to swing for the fences. I'm going to go for the 667, but I'm going to go for 670. It's going to ask me if I want to link my orders, and I'm going to say yes. So now I've got my orders in. I've got a bracket, and this is I'm talking about penny stock, because if that thing just wicks up there, it should take my order, and then I'll get profit. If it stops me out, I get stopped out, and then I can look for another entry. Now, I took 10 shares because I realized it said 10 shares in I had it set that way. I should have only taken one, and then that way, if it stopped me out, I wouldn't be as big a loss as it is right now. If it stops me out, I'm going to lose like $1 or something. So let's just kind of watch this guy. And I don't always recommend, you know, the set it and forget it. I don't like to do that. I actually like to watch my trades. But we're going to do that with this guy right now. And I probably got in too late in this, you know, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Penny stocks, where you put your stop in. Penny stocks are different. You know, when you're doing options, you don't have a stop loss, man. You can't get in there and use a stop loss. So you can, but you'll probably get stopped out if you do that. Okay, now we are at 11:03, and we got a little bit left time-wise. Got 1 minute over there. They're showing you the 2 minute. Lots of things that can happen here. I'm going to do some videos here soon now that we've got some new video software that we can use. And sorry I didn't have my lesson out this week, guys. As you can hear, I've got some sort of chest cold. Thought it was Rona at first, but it wasn't. And I had a rough week last week where I actually, you know, I get up early to trade, but I'm still a professional musician, and so I had a couple of gigs that I actually forgot about. Oops. and they, you know, usually I don't work on the weeknight, but it was a good paying gig, so I worked on a weeknight. A great place, and but that got me home late. And then I had another one on Saturday at a private party, and the day was 8 plus. I think it was 8.5 hours total from the time I left my house till we got there and did our thing and then left. And, you know, as a musician, I get paid for moving equipment. I don't get paid to play. So that's what we say. So I'm still a little dragging on this dang head cold chest thing. And my resistance was down a little bit. All right, what are we going to do here? Looks like we hammered onto the green hammer. That would have probably been a better entry, but I still got in on a red bar. And we hammered into that, and so we're getting up a little bit there in price. Let's see if it just wicked into that 54. Let's see if it goes a little bit higher. See if I can get my 670 that I put in there. And we'll let this run. I'll let this run for a few minutes, and then I'll probably get out of it or end the stream. All right, so we got a lot of great things going on the Bush Bears. We're working on a lot of good stuff. We've got a great team here, and Sig's still with us in the mornings, which is great. Watch his briefing. If you have Thinkorswim, uh, Sig is great to watch his briefings. Go back, and if you remember, you can get into the YouTube channel and watch his briefings, because he uses a lot of different tools in Thinkorswim, and he goes through it a lot. And just watching the video, you can stop it when he uses a regression tool. Excuse me, or he talks about a quad tool. You can see how he uses them. He'll show you different indicators he uses, and oftentimes you can find those indicators in our library. So it's a good thing to watch his briefing. Plus, now his briefing is great for large caps and market sentiment. Sig gets the market sentiment like nothing. I mean, it's just amazing how he gets that sentiment. He doesn't necessarily use price action like I do or Jeremy does, but it's what's wild is you'll see like Jeremy and Sig will come to the same conclusions using two totally different methods and strategies. So there are a lot of different ways that you can trade. There are a lot of different strategies you can use. And as new traders, it's a matter of finding the ones that you like. A system that I've developed and that I'm now putting in writing is basically one that I developed out of. It's not my own. It's just I took a few different. Excuse me, my bell's ringing there. I took some different moderators that were a part of Bullish Bears here, Jeremy and Sig being one of them, and I created my own little strategy using different parts of theirs, and I'm in the process of explaining that to everybody. I am not the greatest at technology these days, and I'm on a PC now, and I had been on a Mac world for more than 5 years, so some of the things I'm having to learn some technological advances, if you will, for me, and takes me a little time, but I do well at reading the charts, so and plotting things out. Now, doing it live with you is different than when I do it by myself. Obviously, I don't have you to talk to, so it really sounds bad when I'm talking to myself, the same way I'm talking to you, but it happens. But there are different strategies, and I am explaining mine because it seems complex, but it's not, and I look for busy intersections where moving averages, VWAP, and my indicators and the candlestick patterns all tend to line up. So those are the type of things that I look for. Moving up here, again, this is a slow mover. This is it's only 49,000 right now. Shares, almost at contracts. Shares being traded there. So I going to see what happens there. Let's just watch this for a minute. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, Here we are. Back at it again. Alrighty then. Well, it's moving slow. I hope to take profit on that. This guy is finally kicking up a little bit. See, we're coming back up against that angular resistance. What I'm looking for is him to come up the VWAP and go above it and come back down and retest it. That's really what I like to see in all these things, is the retest. And the pullbacks. You'll hear 50% retracements a lot, and that's important, learning those retracements. The more you do it, the better you get at it, at spotting it. 660. All right, we hit 660. Can you hit 10 cents more for me, pal? Can you go to 670? Let's do it. This is blue, and now remember, this is one I just kind of, Devin saw. We saw it earlier, and it looks like, like I said, ticky-tack in some ways. Got a wick there. And that wick came back down. It wicked into that 662, actually a little bit beyond that. And that was good. Like seeing that. Come on, fella. Do your thing. Can I move my stop loss? I can if I want. I can move it right up here. I can bring my stop loss into to 8 if I want. And now, if I get stopped out, I won't actually lose. I'd actually make a penny or two. My stop loss is at 655. Actually, I wouldn't make a penny. I'd only lose a penny. So, but I brought my stop loss up. Let's see if we can hit that 667 area. Come on. Push yourself up. Push, push, push. Push, 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 push. Push, please. Push. There we go. 663. Give me a wick. The 667 and 670. $10 shares, not a lot. We're going to keep watching them. I'm going to turn them down a little bit there. I can see everything else going on over here right now. There's 663. What's the next push? We got 1114. Come on, can you do this in the next 50 seconds for me? That's a weak candle. Let's go back since we got a position on here. See if we can hold this level here at 660. Again, it's not high volume. Only 15,000 right now. The challenge with that is it may even hit my target, but if it's not high enough volume, it might not even give me my my target price. So it could be a pullback. Let's see what happens here. Like this candle there. Seems to be rolling over though. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. And we wait. 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 Hello, little candle, do something for me, please. 11:15 market time. Let's check the news. I do like financial juice. a pretty good one. Learned that from Sig, y'all. 664. Wow. Germany closes its deal to nationalize gas giant Uniper. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm sure that if you're in the energy sector, you're doing pretty good. Oil's down, bonds are down, dollar is $1.09. What is the VIX? VIX is at 26. No pun or rhyme intended. VIX is at 26. Come on, baby. Do your thing. Building, building, building. Another hammer. Got an inverted hammer there. Ooh, still got another minute on that candle to close. Let's take some profit in case it comes all the way back down to this level here. No, up to that right there. $6.58. So I won't lose if it hits my stop, and it's possible it's going to hit my stop. I'll still take a small profit. It won't be much, 2 cents. So 20 cents on 10 shares, but that's better than losing 20 cents on 10 shares as far as I'm concerned. It's moving slow. Not sure it's going to hit that level at this point. Coming back down. We'll see. That's 10 seconds on this candle, so what you going to do, buddy? See how the candle changes in just a few seconds? Need to pay attention to that. What kind of volume did that guy have? That's only 87,000, so it's really low volume. That's 13. This is 87.6. This is 37, so big difference in those candles. That guy was 217,000. It's moving slow. Can it hit my price target? I don't know. We'll see. I can't say that it will. I can't say that it won't. This would be wave 3, so it might not. I mean, it's already flagged up a good bit. Coming on 11:20. Hear my noise in the background? Okay. Alrighty then, where you at? Maybe. Might get a little push right here. Let's see what the volume is. You can see the volume is, my volume indicator's right here. If I get it off the grid, it'll give us the volume for the candle now. I don't think it's going to do it. You got 1 second on this candle. Yeah. Maybe. You got to break this candle here, though. This is the level you got to break. Right there. 664. You got to break and hold it. Now that's this candle right here. See, it's wicking into it. It's ranging between these two right now. It's a 4-cent range. Victoria, I think it's easier for me to say this. Don't let it expire in the money. If it expires in the money, you'll have to buy every share of that contract. So your strategy is your strategy is you want to close it when it's taking profit. You want to have a target for where your profit is, and then you want to close it like once it makes you profit. You could close it then, but you want to try to make sure that you don't let your profits be taken by the loss of the other one. Does that make sense? Well, you can let it run once it does, but you don't want it to expire in the money. If it expires in the money, that's not good for you. All right, got 665, 666, 666, 667. Look, it wicked into my dang spot and didn't give me my trade. Y'all see that? Come on. Fill me. Didn't give me my profit. Wicked right into my number. Good. There you go. Yeah, that's the way I had to do it too. I had to take a trade just to learn how to figure out think or swim. Oh, you're a dirty dog. Not you, Victoria, this guy. Ah, very good. Yes, I see. Yeah, but you definitely don't want to let it expire in the money. I wicked into my spot and didn't give me my profit. You dirty dog. Look at that. We're at 668. Come on. Hit my target. Give me my money. I'm moving my stop up so it doesn't cost me anything here. If it doesn't give me my wick right into it. What did I say that sucker might do? I'm telling you, this price action is something else. Penny stocks are a trip. I don't know that answer. Good to close I would use on some things. Come on, 69 cents. Just give me my money so everybody can see this trade succeed. I got my stop at 663, so I'm going to take profit no matter what. But, penny stocks can sometimes slide through your stop if you're not careful. That's why I don't trade them in the open, because if you set a stop in the open, it can blow through it, and you get a bigger loss than you expected. Big loss. That happened to me before. That's why I don't trade in the open. Come on. Just one more penny, pal. One penny. And you're at 70. Why are you not filling my order? Because it's low volume. That's why. This is what I talk about, not getting caught in low volume trades. Come on, it's only 10 shares. Give me my money. Don't you want to be like the other ones that gave me my money today? Don't you want to be like them? They succeeded. And there you have it. All right. Well, good. I'm glad we were able to do that, and everybody was able to see that today on a stock that I didn't even check out in pre-market. We just found it and went and looked at some levels, found it on the 2-hour chart when Devin was here, and we got into that trade and took profit. So let's see if I can show you where it was. Let's see if it gives it to us here. Got in at 10 shares right here in this red candle at $6.56. Got out where we placed our target at $6.70. That was a decent little scalp. That was a scalp. Now that was a slow scalp. That wasn't quick. That was more of a swing, actually, intraday swing, where we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 26 minutes it took for that trade to take place. 26 minutes for a small profit. So had I had my larger account like I did last year, before all the hurricane and all the other crazy stuff that happened to me, where we had to fix the house and all that stuff, I would have probably taken 300 shares in there. And I wouldn't have scaled in. Not on a penny stock. Some people do. Not on a penny stock. I think it's okay to take 100 shares at a time if you have the financial ability to do that. And then there's risk management. We have to talk about risk management, and we'll get into that. But risk management is important. Look at risk management. I think some people go 5%. I'm usually 2 to 3%. That's how much I'll risk total of my total account value on any one trade or throughout the day. If I were to lose 2% of my account, I would stop trading at that point and of the day, and I would come back the next day and make things happen. So that's where we are. Okay, hope that helps today. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget, join Bullish Bears, like, subscribe, click those buttons. Come join the group, man. We got a great team of folks. We get in our Discord. We have a good time, and we trade, and we teach people how to make profit, and that you can do this yourself. Everything I just showed you, I learned here at Bullish Bears. I am it's the only group I've ever joined, so I'm homegrown, and I've learned all this by watching the moderators, watching our courses, and then asking a lot of questions. So ask those questions. All right, folks, thank you again so much for everything, and we will end the stream now as I figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing with technology. All right, folks, have a great day.